Alright, so I made a couple videos just now that I erased. I just couldn't help but just being like so mad because it's been like 64 days without drinking. I did quit taking kratom so that could contribute to being like not totally happy because maybe I got a little addicted. I don't feel any addiction or feel like I need to do it. But the problem is I work for these companies that say that they're transparent. So they have been saying that the last like 6 months, and whenever they do, you get paid less money, and they say our transparency will help you. Well, you get ripped off. And I made like $300, $400 less last week than I should have because I didn't get tips. Because Postmates changed their app, and I only got like 10 tips out of like 80 orders. Maybe those tips will come in this week because they do take time, but it's been usually to the point where they usually come in. So basically I'm thinking I'm not going to get tips. So I had all these goals with money, and it's like not going to work out because this company change that I work for, and it's just so frustrating. I just made this list of like of how to all the goals I got, money goals per month that I would need to do to be happy with saving money for school, saving money to go on a vacation, saving money for like bike parts and things like that, saving money for stocks, and paying off my school college debt. And there's no way I can do those things, especially now, like unless I work 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. So I mean, it's pretty easy to want to drink beer because at least that's like one time a day that can make you not have to give a shit about all this stupid bullshit about how hard it is to actually make a living in life and save any amount of money and get to anywhere you want to be unless you're making like over $30 an hour or like have a salary or making more than that. And so anyway, I'm I'm just like thinking about it, and I made a couple of videos, and I was like so mad that I'm like I just erased them because they were stupid. Because because really my point of me making these videos isn't to like make videos about how shitty the world is in each day that we can't like you know do certain things that it seems like we should be able to do, like have health insurance and be able to pay for it, have some kind of savings that we pay for, especially if we're working like over 60 or 70 hours a week. And the way that I just, did all the math, there's no way I'll even come close unless I'm working 105 hours a week. And I mean, like you'd either get hit by a car or like be so burnt out that I mean, I don't even know what would happen. You could tear a ligament and be screwed up and not be able to pay for it. Um, so I wanted the point of the video to be like I kept making videos because I was trying to make. I was trying to. I'm trying to make like this blog that's helpful, and I was like so pissed off that I realized it's not helpful with what I'm saying. So I'm like, what is helpful? And I'll show you what's helpful. So I just started doing this, and which isn't a big deal. I'm just making coffee, so but the reason why this is so helpful is because in the pursuit of trying to have enough money, I mean, I'm not eating enough food. I'm like basically almost starving, trying to save money to just get ahead. And some of it's intentional with the diet, but I'm also trying to figure out how to make. So anyway, this is how I'm going to drink coffee, and this is pretty normal. A lot of people do this. They put it into this container, and this is, and every day I make these protein shakes. And so I'm just making all my own food off $120 a week, which is gonna get me through the whole week. But the reason why making coffee made me think of this, and here's the coffee pot. I don't usually make this much coffee, but I usually buy a cup of coffee every day that costs like $2. And I was just like, and while I was so mad at and made these other videos, I thought of something kind of good out of it. Is making this coffee is it's progress, you know. I'm actually getting somewhere, even though I'm not I'm not gonna be able to afford these my bills right here. These aren't just bills. These are like goal. These are things I want to do, like $500 a month for school, 3,000 extra bucks saved up for a place of like emergency, clothes, bike parts, vacation, 500 a month, stocks. Like I'm never gonna be able to make that kind of money here. Apparently, from the math that I did, working delivering food on my bike for 15 to 25 bucks an hour. I'm not gonna be able to do it, but I am making progress. Like just making this pot of coffee is the start of moving along in a direction. Um, Continuing my goals that I initially started, which were like quitting drinking, and I didn't know where I'd end up, but I'm going somewhere, you know. This this whole pot of coffee I'm making is I'm getting ready to not spend any money tomorrow, and hopefully I'm gonna be um just intuitively kind of like doing this every day, being ready for the next day, and just moving along in my, you know, in my the direction of paying off my debt, and maybe going to school and continuing to quit drinking. So I just wanted to say, like, even when everything's really bad, and you do the math on your expenses and on how to prioritize your life, and like, because your 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 work that you do is the money you make, and the money you make, the work you do is you're putting all your time into work. You're putting all the best energy you got into work. So if you have some hours after work, you know, you might not have as much energy, and you might, and those hours should be worthwhile. And it's just like I see all this as just, it's I don't, I just can't, like, I just don't think that this is like a worthwhile life worth living. Do this routine that I have, you know. It's hard for me to say to stick with this, because it's if I was drinking it'd be easier. Like, then I can just be stupid about it, you know. But it's like, it's I'm not getting anywhere. Like, if I had all the money in the world, like all the money I need to pay for all this stuff, you know, would I be anywhere then and say, oh, I know what to do with my life? I don't know. I don't think so. But I do think that we need time, and like we need, and I might be working like 105 hours a week here pretty soon, and I'm getting ready each day, and this pot of coffee is what is 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 an explanation that I am thinking out the process of what I need to do to get to where I want to go. And it might all come to me at once. It all might, you know, just being ready every day, being ready for the next day. It all might just kind of like snap together and be like, oh, okay, well, I know what stock to buy, and then that pays off all my debt. Or, oh, you have a job, I'll work for you for 30 an hour and for 8 hours a day, and that'll give me a lot of extra time. So it's not. I'm trying to say, like, I got to continue on this track, but but it's not always. But what's important isn't always that you get every single thing you want. It's also about, like, how hard you're trying, what you're doing, how far you can go to get underneath that object above you, or how wide that object is, how you can go around it, or how you can go under or over it. Like, it's about how you are dealing with the the problems you're facing. And this is how I'm doing it. With this pot of coffee, this is gonna just get me a little bit further than I was before. And when I keep getting further and further, I might not be able to go to college. I might not be able to afford health insurance. I might not be able to buy any stocks. I might not be able to pay off my debt. But it might get me a little bit further to where when I'm at that new place, and I look around me, that debt is a little easier to figure out how to beat. And then I get a little further along, and I change my life a little bit, and then all of a sudden those stocks are a little bit easier to get. So even though I'm so mad at how these companies rip people off, and they just are able to say we're being more transparent, and all of a sudden I recognize that I'm making $100 or $200 less a week with more work. It's, you know, um, I could get a new job. That's it. There's not much I can do about that. And but I can keep trying. I can keep changing my lifestyle to get where I think I need to be. So I think when you plan things out, and you plan things so well that that you're you're able to adjust. Like, if I'm saying I need to save more money so I'm not gonna eat, that's a big adjustment I made, and I did it. And I am doing it. This is the first week where I have made the adjustment where I'm not spending 500 or 500 bucks in a week. I'm gonna spend $120 this week, and that's it. And that is gonna change my life. That's gonna give me a lot more money. So it's hard. Life isn't hard, but if you come up with a goal in your mind, you have to change your life to adjust to be able to adapt to that goal. And that doesn't always mean you're gonna have nicotine, or you're gonna have all the alcohol, or you're gonna have all the time, or you're gonna have, you're not gonna always get those things. And you still gotta be nice. You gotta go out in the world, and you can't just go crazy in front of people when you're trying to get to that goal. You have to be polite. I mean, you gotta be a normal person. Um, so it's not easy. It's not easy. Life isn't that easy. I don't think for anybody really. I think people that even I used to make good money. I made like sometimes like 100,000 a year, and I had a lot of problems then, because I was like always at work, always like 12 hours 7 days a week, 14 hours 7 days a week, in cold weather. And I never got to meet new people, never got to meet any girls, just all guys, just at work, stuck. And I always dreamed of other things, but I had all this money and I'd blow it just drinking, getting drunk the first day off, buying clothes, like putting $2,000 into my car that I needed a part fixed. I mean, it wasn't a good way to spend money. And now I'm still kind of in the same boat, making a lot less money, but I'm around people, and so I need to appreciate that and know that you're never gonna necessarily be happy. You gotta find that in life somehow. Well, anyway, good luck in life. Bye.